Hello, I'm Roger Wakefield, lead AP, the expert plumber, coming to you on YouTube Live. If you want to get good value out of videos, if you want to be able to voice your opinion and have your opinion be heard, if you want to have a wild and crazy fun time while learning plumbing, and if you really care about your customers, you want to be the best freaking tradesperson you could ever be, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the live stream. Hope you are doing good. I'm going to jump over in the chat real quick. Man, and see, I'm on. Let me try going live. Top chat. Live chat. There we go. Architectural sheet metal in the house. And I don't know why it's not coming up over here on StreamYard. So I can't, or Restream. So I can't put it in. Those of y'all that are in here now, right up here is a QR code. This takes you to a Facebook group called The Trade Talks. It's where I teach people how to make their phone ring. So if you want to learn how to do that, click on that, join the Facebook group. Man, I've got some cool things coming up on there. But not just that, I've got another YouTube channel that we're going to start doing live streams on. So I'm going to talk about it a little bit too. How is everybody doing today? Get this thing going. Let me jump into the chat and say hello to everybody. Let me fix this first. Number one, how are y'all doing? I know that it's Monday. It's another beautiful day as always. Isn't that a great thing? All right, I'm going to put this over here and we will be ready to roll. Got a link to the other YouTube channel right there if y'all want to check it out. It's called The Trade Talks. We're going to start going live over there, having guests, doing podcasts, doing interviews, doing a lot of cool stuff. So let me start off here at the top. Miguel Boulette, hello. How are you doing? Good to see you in here. Says, hey, Roger. How are you doing? Do you have a favorite toilet brand? Yes, the one that flushes correctly and everything is just carried away. You know, I'm kind of like everybody else. I think I like Kohler, Toto, American Standard. Those are three really good brands. I would say after installing them and working with them and working on them and doing things, find out which one you like best because we're all different. Luke Gray says, what is the hardest job as a plumber you've ever come by? Man, picking up chicks. You know, when they find out you're in the trades, it is a hard job to pick up a girl if you're a plumber. And I don't know why that is. I'm actually joking. Really, I'm not. When I was in Austin, it was funny. I lived down there for a while, and people would come up to me, or girls, and you talk, you dance, or like, you know, so what do you do? It's like, I'm a plumber. Man, they could not get far enough away from you. You know, as a real plumber, the hardest job, probably walking into a toilet that had just been way overused after it was stopped up and realizing, man, that is probably not where I wanted to be. That's probably one of the hardest things I've done. Nick Giacona from Giacona Plumbing in Colorado. How are you doing? Patricia Gentry says, hey, my name is Pat. I'm from Rainsville, Alabama. First time viewing. Good to have you here. So let's do this. Pat started off quick. Go ahead, put in here, not just where you're from, but what do you do? Are you in the trades? Do you want to be in the trades? You know, what is it you do? And where are you from? And I like this. The guys have changed my little bubbles down there. That actually looks pretty freaking cool. What do y'all think about what we do? Do you like the monitor back here behind us? Do you like the stuff that we have on screen? You know, do you like what we're doing around here, or should we really just start over? CSX Train Addict. Good to see you in here. I love that. And I used to love doing trains when I was a kid. Goog. Okay, so there's the link right there, guys. Look, we've got a whole nother YouTube channel. We have no videos up yet. I'm gonna start you off and let you know that we have no videos up yet, but it's pretty cool. We've already got like 510 subscribers. So we're having fun doing what we do. But man, that channel is going to be, and I just want to give y'all this as to why I'm really talking about this right now. Kind of had an epiphany this weekend. And it's, this channel, Roger Wakefield, is all about plumbing. And I mean, if you look at the banner on top of the page, it is all about plumbing. That's what we talk about. And I love it because I'm able to build a community, build relationships with plumbers. The Trade Talks, on the other hand, is going to be all the trades. I've got friends that are electricians, roofers, and HVAC techs nationwide. Going to invite them in to do videos with us. So if learning more about any of the other trades is something you'd be interested in, and look, it may not be for you, but I will tell you this. I've got a lot of tradespeople that get in here all the time and they tell me, Roger, look, I'm an electrician. That's their way of saying, look, I'm not as smart as you. I'm an electrician. But if I take your video and take out the word plumber and put in electrician, you make me better. And I love that they could figure that out all by themselves. But the truth is, guys, look, we talk trades. Over there, I get to bring in other people and talk about all the trades, where over here, man, I'm going to stick with plumbing. So there's a link to right there. Watch this. And I can almost get it just right. See, there is a link right there that'll take you over to the Facebook group. And then right there at the bottom is the link to the Trade Talks YouTube channel. So Joel Rodriguez says, you are the best and God bless you. Well, God bless you, brother. I appreciate that. Look, I want to be the best. And I've never once said, look, I am the best plumber. I would never do that. I've met a lot of great plumbers. And my thing is, I get to spend my time now trying to help people, help plumbers, help tradesmen, plumbers, roofers, electricians, HVAC techs, all learn how to get better, how to get into the trades, how to promote the trades, how to recruit into the trades, and then how to make their phone ring. So it's actually pretty cool. I do love what I get to do. So thank you very much, Joel. I appreciate that. King Jr. says, love your vids. I appreciate that. If y'all like what we're doing here, you're going to like what we do over there. And the only reason I say that is, man, I got some cool people I've been talking to about some cool stuff. So it may just be something you want to check out. Drew Dog says, are you hiring? Just moved to Texas. Have yet to find a company worth working for. I'll tell you what, if you're in the Dallas area, you need to call 972-442-4101. There it is right there. 972-442-4101. That's the number for Texas Green Plumbing. It'll be answered by people, Rescue Air, Texas Green Plumbing, because we're combined. But I'm telling you, if you want to get into plumbing or HVAC, it's a great place to work. Jacob Alexander Rolnick says, Jake from Miami, been doing plumbing for 10 years. Love your videos. I've got a friend down in Miami. Do you know Omar the plumber? Good friend of mine. Got to go out and spend a few days with him a couple of weeks ago. Had a blast. Went down there with Centrotherm. If you hadn't seen or heard of Centrotherm, man, a cool product. Anyway, man, if you don't know Omar the plumber, check him out. Got to meet Omar there, got to meet George the plumber, got to meet Louis the boiler man, and got to hang out with just some cool people, man. We had a blast. Jason says, doing great, Roger. It's good to see your videos. I used to do plumbing in Cisco, Texas. Good for you, man. Jonathan Rivera says, what's up? Man, it's a beautiful day. It's a Monday. It's probably 80 degrees outside. It's nice. It's sunny. Man, just can't get enough of it. Bubba Gump 86 says, what's your thoughts on Uponor? And I see on the live over here, Sean's in here. I love Uponor. If you're in plumbing, let me know, do you like Uponor? Because I love the expansion fittings. I love the fact that it expands and the fittings are the same size. That's my only problem with the PEX is the crimp fittings. They're so much smaller. If you're in here, what do you think? Do you like Upanor? Yes or no? Just put a yes or no, and that'll let me know. And I'll look over here at the live stream to see. I'm really curious. Do you like Upanor? CSX Train Addict says, "What's your easiest job?" Man, making customers happy. And I know that sounds strange, but at the end of the day, when we walk into people's houses, we can either do what's right or do what's wrong. And as a plumber, as somebody in the trades, and somebody who's been doing it as long as I have, I say, man, always do what's right. Always treat your customer like it's your mother, or your grandmother, and you'll never do them wrong, unless you hate your mother or your grandmother. And then there's whole other issues to talk about. King Jr. says, "How old were you when you started plumbing?" You know, I hate to say it. I found out about the trade when I was 16. It was not, is that right? 16? I may have just turned 17, but that's when I started, right after that. Sean Vance says, Frisco, Texas plumber. Good to have you in here. So, Sean, here's what I say ask, do you do residential? Do you do commercial? Do you do new construction or service? And do you love plumbing? Derek Pearson says, can you put on a pair of yellow rubber gloves, please? I don't have any yellow ones. I'm sorry. Lorenzo Crisculo says, American Standard Champion 4.0 one-piece toilet. Had it for 15 years, never had problems. Love it. So, Lorenzo, let me ask you this. Do you ever check your water? Do you have high chlorine? Do you have a high hardness count? What's your water look like coming in? Just asking, because after 15 years, most toilets are going to need something. Jeffrey Wilson says, hello from a rainy Bakersfield, California. Been testing backflow preventers all day in it. What's the average price to test and certify backflows in Texas? Man, it's cheap. It's about $75. That's why I let go of my backflow certification. It wasn't worth it. Josh Tadlock is a Texas plumber. Good to have you in here. So are you one of the people I pissed off with a phone call in the middle of the night? I'm just asking, because then I can keep an eye on you and see if you're going to harass me or something. I did invite 62,007 plumbers to Texas for a beer. So if you didn't come, that's your bad. I really did too. Y'all believe that? Do you know anybody that's ever invited 62,000 plumbers out for a beer? I may have been drinking when I did it, but it seemed like a great idea at the time. And actually it was. We had a lot of fun. Matter of fact, y'all can, that link right there will take you to the Facebook group, The Trade Talks, and you can see pictures of, man, a bunch of folks that came out to hang out with. Nick Giacona is Giacona Plumbing in Houston, Texas. CO is short for company. Good for you. Okay, I thought Colorado. Fantastic. Good deal. I will actually be down in Houston, January, February, March, April, May 24th, I believe, for a big networking event. I go down there with networking a lot, so it's a good place to be. Architectural Sheet Metal 101 is in the house. See, guys, if you want to see another channel that does things very, very well, jump over and check out Architectural Sheet Metal. Look at what they do, that they're about providing great value on YouTube. Mirko Kelsey, I want to become a plumber, so I am here to learn. Number one, Mirko, I love that. And I'm not the only one to learn from here. There are some good plumbers in here all the time. I see Sean Strong is still over here. I keep looking over at the live stream. Here's what this channel is about. and I like this because to me, here's what we talk about. We talk about learning. We talk about positivity. We talk about being optimistic. We talk about recruiting into the trades. Those are the top four. And then the other two, well, plumbers protect the health of the nation. And you've always got to love the trades, all of them. And I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm going to talk trash about electricians and roofers and HVAC techs in here. But man, when we're on a job, it's nothing but respect for each other. How can we help each other do things better? So that's what it's all about, Mirko. That's what I talk about here. If you like what you learn here, everybody, please give me a thumbs up down at the bottom. If you don't like what you learn here and you want to hit the dislike button, I only ask that you hit it twice. Zaphael says, Roger Wakefield, are you certified or licensed to do septic systems? Great question. And the answer is no. In Texas, you've actually got to work on septic systems for, I think, 5 years in order to get that certification. And there's just not a lot of them here down inside Dallas. So, man, we don't do a lot of it. Mr. Daniel Gonzalez is in Texas. Good to see you, brother. How are you? I hope everything is going well. Drew Dog says, I own a company in California. Okay, we'll stop right there because we won't hold that against you. Own a company in California looking for a company that cares about their employees as well as their customers. Oh, owned a company. Good for you. I tell you what, you definitely, if you're in the Dallas area, and I say Dallas, we're really in Richardson in Northeast Dallas. If you want to get into plumbing, if you want to get into HVAC, you need to contact me. Either if you're in it or if you're a tradesman. If you've already got a license, that's even better because we are constantly looking for good people. And if you've owned a company, I'm sure you understand a lot of things that maybe a lot of employees still need to learn. But man, I think it would be a great opportunity. Get in touch with me. Matter of fact, connect with me on LinkedIn. Watch this. Man, I think I can even do that from right here. Put me in, coach. I am ready to play. So what I'm going to do, and man, I don't do this all the time, but I'm going to come right out here and put my LinkedIn profile in here. I'll tell you this too. If you're not connected with Sean Strong, boom_the plumber over on Instagram. I'm also on Instagram. I think it's _Roger Wakefield. Man, our subreddit is out there. You need to check it out. Roger Wakefield post. We do a lot of cool stuff. All right, let me scroll back up since I posted it threw me way down to the bottom of the list. And we're back in place. Miguel says, have an American Standard 6-liter basic toilet, 1,000 map, never got clogged. Yeah, best toilet ever from Quebec. You know, it's funny, and I love that you're from Quebec, Miguel. I have a lot of people from Canada reach out asking me about teaching them plumbing. So, man, I love it. I know y'all have got university. You've got some great opportunities there. I think it's cool. I also do. I love the fact that people reach out to me and want some help. So I think it's great. Hello, all. Master Plumber. Hello, all. Justin Diedrich is Master Plumber in Pennsylvania, working for a company debating whether or not to go out on your own. I'll tell you what, and I don't know how long you've been doing it, Justin, but I'll tell you this. Make sure you know 100% you want to go out on your own before you do it and have a good reason. That good reason is not just to make more money. It's because you want to do things better. You want to do things different. You want to change the world. And I know that sounds corny to a lot of people, but man, if you're just in it for the money, man, start working overtime and make more money that way. I don't know. It's kind of tough. And on my LinkedIn lives, I have this conversation every Monday with Josh, every Thursday with Amber. We talk about, getting into the trade, starting your business, running your business, doing different things like that. But let's back up. Justin, my question to you is, what are you wanting to go out on your own for? Put that answer in there for me if you would. Jonathan Rivera says, second year apprentice, local 519 out of Miami, Florida. Like I said, man, I was in Miami a couple of weeks ago. Actually, about 3 weeks ago. I was down there the very first week of spring break. Stayed at the Moxie, just right across from Muscle Beach, South Beach, all that. Had a blast down there. Got to go down and learn about a product called Centrotherm. If y'all have never heard of it and you install tankless water heaters, you need to check into it. Because one thing I learned at this event, even though the water heater manufacturer recommends PVC pipe, the PVC manufacturer say, yeah, our pipe is not meant for that. So you may want to check into it just to keep you out of trouble later. Luke Grace has just started as a plumber, and I think the best company for toilets is Project Source. Those things are unstoppable. Never heard of them. Jason says, currently I work for a company called West Coast Plumbing and Electrical Services, plumbing technician who also helps on jobs with your electrician. Good for you, man. The great opportunity is we can all learn different things. Look, I'm a plumber, but I'm also a certified HVAC technician. You can learn whatever you want to learn. Drain Medic, Poop Slinger out of New Hampshire. There you go, Miguel. Figured that. Zephiel, ouch, ripping on electricians. Well, I do it every now and then. Sean Strong, you are correct, brother. There is a party going on right here. And we're going to be making some changes in the future. And I talked to Sean about it a couple of weeks ago when he was down. Man, we're trying to figure out, we're talking about doing a couple of things. So let me ask y'all what y'all think. And I'm getting serious here. So if you're like, yeah, I don't want anything serious today, you might just turn the volume down for a few minutes. We're talking about, instead of going live on Monday either, go live on Wednesday afternoon or go live on Saturday morning. And I've had a lot of people say, man, I'd really love it if you did it on Saturday morning. Sometimes I can't get off work on time. I don't want to rush the replay because I want to ask questions. When would y'all rather see us go live? Say 8 to 11 Saturday morning, 7 to 10 Saturday morning, and I'm always talking Central Standard Time, or keep doing what we're doing, but like move it to Wednesday. And we've got reasons that we kind of need to. So we're thinking either Wednesday afternoon or Saturday morning. Tell me what y'all think. What would y'all rather see, Wednesday or Saturday? Etienne Donnell, make sure I got this right. Etienne Donnell, how are you doing? Good to see you. Lisa Livas, hello from Texas. My husband thinks he's the best plumber. I love that. And I do. I think it's great because I got to tell you, there are times that I get out and do work and I look back and I think, damn, man, I'm sorry. I think, darn, man, I am a dadgum good plumber. I do. I love what I do. Sean, I love that. The thumbs up button. Guys, if you don't know, that tells YouTube that you like what you're seeing here. There's 60 people in here, only 16 thumbs up. I'm apparently doing something wrong. If you do like what you do, please hit the thumbs up button. If you haven't done it yet, please hit the subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on anything. Let me see. I used to have a cool deal. I don't know. I used to have a cool animation in here. I don't guess I have it anymore. It was a neat deal too. Oh well. Josh Tradlock says, why does everybody treat and show tradesmen plumbers like they're new to plumbing? Josh, and here's the thing. And I hired a tradesman plumber. Well, matter of fact, the very first hire for Texas Green Plumbing was a tradesman plumber. The problem is he thought he knew everything. And he works with me and another master plumber because I hired another master plumber later. And this guy literally is like, I don't know why y'all ask me questions. I know as much as y'all do. Well, this guy had about 50 years experience. I had about 40. And I've got a tradesman plumber with 2 years, thinks that he knows everything about it. And I tell you what, I could not get rid of him fast enough. And I hate to say it, but when you got somebody who thinks they know everything, I don't care how many years they've been in the trade, it's not good. So anyway, Sean Strong says he knows Omar and Conrad. Good guys. Yes, they are. Doc Coffee says, thank you for all you do. I appreciate your videos so much. Very informative and great for DIY. Thanks again. The reason I do this, Doc, is number one, I wanted to educate my customers. I want to educate them on the things that they can do. Here in Texas, if you own the house, if it's your legal homestead, you legally can do any of the plumbing there you want to. You still got to get it permitted. You still got to get it inspected. You still got to do what you got to do. But at the end of the day, you're legally allowed to do it. So my thought is, man, if I can teach them how to do it right, man, it makes it so much better. Sean says George is overrated. Look, hey, if y'all don't know George the plumber, Omar the plumber, Louis the boiler guy, you need to check them out. Great, great people. Navian, overall, David, Wicker Plumber, Dallas. Look, Navian, Norritz, what brand do y'all like? There's so much about them that are similar. It's hard to reinvent it. It's, the water heater. There's a burner on the bottom. There's a tank. There's a flue on top. Boom, boom, boom. Tankless water heaters are about the same. Now, I do like the American Standard version just because, the Bradford White version, just because it's already got the drain valves built in for flushing. And I love those things. Justin, here we go. Justin says, after Coppenor, Uber's the way to go. The fail says no. Drain Medic says yes. Cheesecake or carrot cake? Got to go cheesecake. Yes, I love the idea of Upanor. Never used it. I tell you what, man, it's cool. Upanor is the best PEC system. I agree. Electrical or plumbing union? I was in the plumbing union. Man, if you're asking me which one's better, I'd have to say electrical. Hate to say it, but I don't think the UA has their stuff together. And I hate to say that because, man, it's what I was part of for so many years. Mirko Kelsey says, how long have you been in the trades? I've been in for 42 years. I know longer than most of y'all are alive. If y'all will take just a minute, hit the Dimmerhickey right here. That's a QR code that will take you into the Facebook group. But guys, if you go in there, answer the questions. If you don't answer the questions, if you don't say you're going to be nice, I just don't let people in. It's going to ask you how you heard of it or something like that. What do you do for a living? And do you agree to abide by the rules? And if you don't answer it, I just don't let you in. I don't mean it bad. I want that way. If I got to kick you out later, I can say, hey, you said you would and you didn't. Aaron, Navian, I have no problem with them, man. I like them. Doc Coffee says, hey, anyone else in your family into plumbing or something of the trades? It's really funny. I got my son into the trades when he was younger. Actually, when he was very young, he started working with me plumbing, just digging. And, man, he was cool. Later, I got him into the union. He, instead of becoming a plumber, became a pipe fitter. And he was really good. He could keep 2 welders busy all day. Now he's moved up into the office. He's a senior estimator and doing a fantastic job. Guys, it doesn't stop right here in the field. It doesn't stop when you get your license. If you're willing to keep learning, you can move up, you can grow up, learn more, do new things. And I'm telling you, it's phenomenal. And I call it learning your way up. You can learn your way up into a new position, and you can make really good money if you want to. It doesn't stop with just getting your license. So man, please don't think that it does. Linus from Lithuania, good to see you in here. Drake Jr. says, your thoughts on the Will Smith incident? I'll tell you what. And, I heard a lot of things on the news this morning. Will overreacted. He shouldn't have got physical. He shouldn't have got violent. But you know what? Man, if you talk about a man's wife, especially if it's a joke, you might ought to let the husband in on the joke so the husband can say, you ain't doing that. How would you feel if somebody talked about your wife, your mother, your sister? And how would you react? Some people are saying it was staged. It wasn't real. It was this, it was that. And my thing is like, well, now I've got 138.8 million somethings on TikTok. I don't think I have that many people following me, but it sure does look good up there, doesn't it? Miguel Boulette says, why we use U-shaped toilet seats for commercial toilet? Because that way when people go in and urinate, there's a path in the front where they're not just urinating all over the seat. It's because guys are too lazy to raise the seat. Ask any woman. She can tell you that. Renzo Crisculo says, I just replaced the refill valve once a few years ago. Water is clean here in Montreal. Good for you. Drake Jr. says, how much would you charge to install a 2022 modern smart toilet? It depends on what all you got to do. You've got to look at electricity. Is there electrical there? Do you have to get somebody in? What are you going to do? You're going to run a cord? There's a lot of things to it. I love them. I got a bidet toilet seat at my house, guys. I'm telling you, I do. I like it. Being honest with you. Yep, 5.7 says father-in-law retiring on 9/22. Wants me to take over his business, or he will donate it, all the equipment. Have been on a couple of drain cleanings and minor plumbing repairs. How can I get up to speed by then? 9/22 is pretty quick. Here's what I tell you is, learn everything you can. There are companies out there that will teach you, but also, can you hire a good plumber? Can you hire and get somebody in that can help you run things while you're learning the company? So there's good options there. If y'all hadn't checked it out, there is the link. Oh, that's the one that says survey. Just go to the Trades Company. You'll check it. The Trades Academy. You'll check it out. Norm Davis says, have you ever tried solderless glue for copper? No. Have you? Sean, have you? Steve Arloa, I think I saw you in here a while ago. Have you? Dot Coffee says, you think 3D printers will be a thing in plumbing in the future? Absolutely. I really think that they will be a thing because think about it. If we can install 3D printers in our vans, if we get to a job and we don't have a fitting, we could hit print and make one. It's going to save a lot of money. So yeah, I do think so. So Nick says, I don't like sharp bite fittings myself, but what are your thoughts on push together fittings? If you mean in an RO system, look, if it's a little rubber hose or something, it is, or plastic hose, it is what it is. They design their systems. I can't control it. What I can control is the plumbers that work for me installing them. If I catch them installing them, I'll just cut them loose. I don't, I don't need that. I really want to make sure my guys are installing the best thing available. And right now, I don't think push together fittings are it. So Phil says, Sean Strong overlays is sharp, but camera video is a bit fuzzy. I'm looking at that over here, and I don't know why. I made sure we focused everything right before. It looks great on my side. It's the stream that's going out that's not, and I can't figure out why. And if you commented on it, I didn't see it. Lorenzo says, are there any special anchors or brackets that support 4-inch ABS pipe running horizontally on a slope about 1 foot from a cement floor in the basement? Haven't seen any at Home Depot. You might check Lowe's. You might check your plumbing supply house. Yeah, you can get standoff clamps. There's a lot of different things. I would probably do risers. Use some riser clamps and some drop-in anchors. There's a link to my LinkedIn channel. If you want to get in touch with me, if you want to follow me, like I said, I go live there on every Tuesday and Friday, or Tuesday and Thursday. But we are looking at changing things. I know I hadn't got into the question I asked yet, but there it is if you want to get in touch with me. First Strike Veteran says, got my journeyman's a few weeks ago, started late at 37, but enjoy plumbing. Well, number one, welcome. Welcome to the trade. Thank you for your service. What I will tell you is look, man, keep learning. Don't think just because you got your license, you can stop learning now. Keep learning. You've got an opportunity to move up to a foreman, a superintendent, project manager, or just move up to running your own van. Maybe even operations manager, service manager. There's a lot of things you can do. Steve says, aloha, everyone. Changing the brakes on the van. So listening, but not so much in the chat. Have a good one, brother. Mark H says, Roger, awesome channel. Do you have a specific plumbing task or job that you do that you would consider your personal specialty? Not from a company standpoint, you personally. Here's the deal. And it's funny, Mark, because a long time ago, I'd have probably said no. But here's the thing. We specialize in slab leaks and leak detection, but it's because that's what I was specializing in. Now, I spoke in front of 20, 25 people this morning about YouTube, about social media. I've got people asking me to create courses and coach them and consult with them and train them and all kinds of things on social media. So me personally, social media has probably become my thing. Plumbing wise, man, slab leaks and leak detection, we're pretty daggum good at it. Sean says, wish could do anything about it, but there are 2 states between me and the studio. And here's the thing, guys. Look, I'm looking over here on the feed. I'm crystal clear here. I'm crystal clear here. Crystal clear here. I don't know why the feed going out is blurry. Let me go to my settings and see. I don't think anything's changed. Video is, oh, wait a minute. Look at this. Let's see what that does and see if that changes things. I think it might. So y'all tell me if everything just cleared up. I love the way you said that, Sean, because I think I just fixed it. I might have to talk to my boys, and I heard them just leave. Since I'm talking to Mr. Sean, there is the link right there to the subreddit. Guys, if you have not been over there, and tell me if everything cleared up, just everybody say yes at one time. That way I can see it in the live stream and I'll know. So if that cleared it up and made it really good, just say yes for me. Hadn't seen a yes yet. So Sean Strong right there. That is the link. Sean Strong, oh my God, runs the subreddit and the Discord. Thank you all very much. Awesome. Good luck. Amen. Hello. Sean Strong, wasn't sure if you were a mod that worked with Roger. He is a mod. Okay, so I got some yeses. So good. Yeah, the output quality had been lowered, and I don't know why. But as you see, we fixed it. Thank y'all. Sean Strong, hope all is well. Absolutely. Thanks, Steve. Plumbing and stock trading are doing me well. Lawrence Webb says, Roger, haven't watched the Monday Live in a few months due to schedule, but tuning back in. Good to have you here. I asked some people a while ago, and I don't know that I saw many answers, and it may have jumped around. Maybe that's why I didn't see the comment by Sean. Tell me this. Would y'all prefer me going live on Wednesdays at 5 o'clock, 4 o'clock, just like we do, 4 to 5:30 Central Standard Time, or Saturday mornings from like 8 to 11, 7 to 11, somewhere around in there? Do me a favor. Just put down Wednesday or Saturday, please. Corey says, oh my, so glad to catch you. May God bless you so much. Love from England. Well, number one, thank you very much. I said, Corey, Sari, how are you? Good to see you in here. First Strike Veteran made 5K today trying options in the stock market. Be careful. You can lose 5K just as fast. Sean says, Zephiel, Whitey could be there, but I hero as much as I can from a distance. Guys, look, Sean is a great plumber out in Nebraska. I love talking to him about what he's doing, how he does it. Sean has come to town to visit, hung out with us. I host an event here. We're fixing to start doing this about once a month, but it's just a trades networking event where tradespeople show up, network, get to know each other, talk about the companies we work for, where we want to go to work, what's going on, who's doing what. That's part of what the trade talks will be about. So I know that I put the link in there to the Facebook group. Oh, actually, there it is right there. Click on that. That will take you into the Facebook group. I will get you approved this next week. But if you click on it, understand it's going to ask you 3 or 4 questions. If you don't answer, I will not approve it. Nightbot, Sean Strong, Arrow. There we go. Zipfiel says, Roger Wakefield, friend, is retiring from his well drilling business. Seems to be a dying profession. It is, but man, you can still make some money at it. The great Sean Strong, right there. I am going to hit a quick video so I can clear my throat and get some water. So here we go. Opinion to be heard and value the opinion of others. Do you enjoy a freaking awesome experience and love your customers and want to take better care of them? And do you love receiving information in a systematic process? If you said yes to any of these, I'm going to ask you to subscribe to the channel and tell 4,000 of your closest friends about it so they can come subscribe too. And I'm back. So Steve Arloss says, First Strike Veteran, we should talk. Always wanted to get into stocks. I've just never got around to it. Sprung Unicorn says, Project Source toilets are Lowe's own brand. We switched to them last year, and they're good, cheaper toilets. Look, I love finding an off-brand toilet that does something good because a lot of times you have people just say, hey, look, I just need a toilet. And I love being able to give them options. Saturday morning doesn't have a lot of good live streams. Okay. Feel as though it can provide customers with better service than anyone in town. Justin, that is what it's all about. Man, Frank, Matt, Mirko. Well, Steve, you can get up early. I'm joking. Saturday morning maybe again, but Steve, you could jump in and catch the end of it. Steve says plumbing and HVAC companies are on the forefront to make heating and space heating more efficient. Heat pumps and tankless water heaters. Absolutely. Heating is huge, and that's going to be big for all of us. True 67, you can either look up Texas Green Plumbing or Rescue Air. Rescue Air is right there. Call either one of them, tell them I told you to call, or contact me through LinkedIn. I'll get your name, I'll get the information, and I will make sure that it gets to the right people. We're always hiring plumbers and HVAC techs both. Man, we're growing. Man, we're growing fast. And we're a good sized company. So it's not like you're going to walk in and be struggling looking for something. We've got whatever you need. Mike 37264 says, any basic plumbing jobs you think all new homeowners, renters should know how to do? Absolutely. Number one, they should be able to unstop a toilet. They should be able to stop a running toilet, unclog a garbage disposal. Once it starts getting in drips, number one, basic plumbing, they need to know how to turn the water off to their house. Those are some things that to me would be the biggest. Know how to turn the water heater off in case it's leaking. There's some different things I can think of, but those are probably the big ones. Anybody else in here got anything that you think a homeowner should know how to do? Plumber is the king of the trades. We all know that, Sean. There you go. Raphael says, Roger, I know everything about plumbing, everything to get myself into a big mess. Man, that's all you need to know. Yes. Edward, the Great One, says, where should plumber skills be at the end of the first year? Edward, and it depends on what kind of plumber you're trying to be. It depends on what kind of teacher you have. Are you going through a training program or just in the field? It's different for all of us. At the end of my first year, I was still an apprentice. I mean, I couldn't hardly tell if something was wet or dry. That's not true. I was smarter than that. But man, during my second year, I literally remember driving to the job site one day, and man, all of a sudden it was like a light bulb went off. I was just like, wow, now I know why. And it's like all of a sudden everything made sense. So I don't know if it was the acid I did that morning. I'm joking. I don't know what it was, but I got to tell you, it was like it clicked, and it's like it makes sense now. So first year you're still learning, but I will tell you this: take notes, ask questions, try to become the very best apprentice you can be. Because if you'll start out your career that way, you'll end up being one of the best plumbers you can be. And to me, that's what it's all about. Ever says, oh, sorry. Matt says, Roger, I'm an AC man in North Texas. Picked up quite a few tips from your YouTube videos. Really appreciate the content you make. Matt, I don't know if you're familiar with Rescue Air. We're always looking for plumbers and HVAC techs. So if you're interested, and if you can't tell what Steve Arlo is telling you to do, and right down there at the bottom right over here somewhere, hit that like button, please. Thumbs up. Many Miracles Plumbing, Heating, and Air says, love the content you share. Makes it easy for a business to follow a successful blueprint. Colton says 50 views and only 24 likes. What is up? Hit the thumbs up button. YouTube's going to think we're not doing something good, and that's the problem. That's the problem. Let me fix that. Go to live. Caleb Reynolds says, I think roofers are the most derelict of the tradesmen and carpentry roles. Ever have any of them mess up a vent pipe and stuff? I say as a roofer by trade. That's pretty funny, Caleb. I love that. I really do. And look, I've got some friends that are roofers that are really pretty daggum smart. There's a lot you can do. But roofers, just like plumber, electrician, HVAC tech, if you really want to take care of your people, you're going to do things right. And to me, that's what it's all about. I know 25 likes, you liked, now there's 26. There we go. I'd heckle the person back, but it's never okay to get physical over just words. And I kind of agree with you, but man, if it's your spouse, especially something like that, she's got a disease where her hair won't grow right, maybe different. Sean says, I might feel different about people making jokes about my wife if she's sleeping with other guys. Yeah, that would be kind of different. Baron Guitar says, I like it when Will Smith slapped the inventor of the shark bite. Was that funny or not? Yeah, my guys do a great job. Baron, I love that too. Yep, 5.7. You're more than welcome. I do love what I get to do, guys. I don't know if y'all can tell that. I do. This is so cool because I get to stand up here and talk about what I love doing at least every week. And it looks like we may move it to Saturday. Maybe not. But it's a possibility. We're trying to look at different options here. Steve says, just started a journeyman commission rate job. Previously worked as an hourly job where the prices were very low compared to here. How would you recommend justifying your proper pricing after 3 years of low pricing? Stephen, and this is really a good question because I have my company charges more than a lot of companies around, but I also look at the value that we provide. I look at things that we do a lot of other companies don't do, and to me, that's where I can sell the value. Only or are you doing more now? Do you do things different? Do you do things better? Do you use better product? I knew when I started my company, I always wanted to use the very best product. I wanted to hire the best plumbers. I can't use the best product, have the best men, and be the cheapest plumber. It doesn't add up. So, man, different ways to look at it. Figure out what the value is. What value do you believe in? What value can you sell that you really believe in? Never heard of solderless glue for copper? Me either. That's why when he asked me if I've tried it, I'm like, no. Mirko Kelsey says, what are some tips for becoming a plumber? Man, I'm going to give you a couple here, but I'm going to tell you, look, you can look at my YouTube channel. I've made a ton of videos for this. Number one, always try to be the best. If you're not trying to be the best, ask yourself why. Why wouldn't you try to be the best? The best make the most money. And the other one is never stop learning. And when I say never, guys, I am 58 years old. I still love learning. I still love going into trainings and seeing what I can take away from it. And if you will constantly do that, you can improve your life, I promise. Abraham Reyes says, I started plumbing right after graduating in 2020. Been doing it ever since. Since I'm 19, studying to get my journeyman. Good for you. Man, I love that. Got a yep, got a bingo. You're crystal clear on my end. Have been fine the whole time, at least for me. Got some yeses there. Perfect. Clear here. PEX B-rings or stainless steel clamps? Any preference? I've always done the PEX B-rings when we used them. I've gone to Upler now. I try not to use them as much. Viking says crystal clear. I love it. All right. Norm Davis says, I tried solderless glue for copper in an area that heat couldn't be used. Worked great. PSI is 500 solder, 460. Recommend it for places where heat can't be applied. Very interesting. Got some yeses. Got some Saturdays. From Scotland. Man, I love that. Trisha 67, good to have you in here. What time is it where you're at, man? Hilmte says, I heard plumbing is hard on you physically. How true is that? Yeah, I got to tell you, I wish I could say no, it's not. But, man, and I'm going to be honest with y'all right now. Both my shoulders are bothering me right now. I was literally walking up some steps down at Rescue Air earlier, and I hit one of the steps funny, and I jerked my arm up to catch myself. And when I did, my shoulder popped. I've had both my shoulders operated on, my elbow, not my thumb. And that's probably it. But I'm not going to say chronic, but I've normally got back pain. It can be tough on you, but if you're just now thinking about getting in, know that from the beginning, hey, you need to take care of your body. We weren't really taught that way. It was just, hey, get in and do whatever it needs to be done. I have carried 6-inch cast iron pipe up a ladder and installed it into clevis hangers because I knew I could. Take it easy on yourself and know that from the beginning. There's tools, there's equipment to do the job for you now to make it such a smarter decision. Angry Grizz 51 says, hi, enjoying your YouTube videos. I've just started an apprenticeship. Any tips? Yeah, if you didn't hear me a while ago, always try to be the best. If you're not trying to, ask yourself why and never stop learning. So that Boomfield says, hey, sir, watching from Jamaica. How are you? Good to have you in here. Daniel Camargo says, should I attend school for 8 months and get certified in the end, or should I find a local apprentice job now? I would ask you, who's going to certify you and what kind of a certification is it, Daniel? Does that give you a license in your area, or does that just get you started and then you get your license? Jen and Ed says there is a certain things not just a homeowner, but anyone should know how to do. For example, yeah, turn off the water, know how to stop a running toilet, know how to unclog one. Were you nervous your first day on the job? You know what? That was so long ago, but I'm still going to tell you, yeah, I was. Sam Ham says every time, but I tell you what, and this is how long ago I plumbed. I was thinking though, at the end of the day, it's like, man, I made like $34 today. I know, it's pretty bad. Sam Ham says every time we make a net profit, our insurance rate spikes. Every time we don't, they go up slightly. So it's tough to grow year over year without raising rates every 6 months. So frustrating. And Sam Ham, here's a good one. And I love that you put this in here. Since the beginning of last year, if you have not been raising your rates at least every quarter, you're losing money because materials have gone up so freaking drastically, guys. We've got to keep up with it. As plumbers and plumbing company owners, man, it's going to kill us if we don't. If you're not raising your prices, you're losing because the cost of materials has gone up. Cost of labor needs to have gone up, and we've got to do a lot of things to make sure we're taking care of ourselves. Hey, Roger, how does your K9306 snake work for you after a few years of having it? Do you still prefer it over from the snake? My guys use the K60. They love it. I don't use it much, to be honest. Guys, I don't get out in the field anymore, not very often. I may get out and look at jobs with guys, but unless I'm just crawling under to inspect things, you see the videos I make where I'm crawling under a house looking around. I may do a sewer water test every now and then, but that's about it. Steve Arlow says, do it right the first time, and you have nothing to worry about. Amen. Do Rescue Air TX. Let me see if I can find it because I know I can. Let's see what comes up here. I'm going to put a link to it right here. But I'll tell you, if you want to get a job there, you need to contact me through LinkedIn, and I can help you out. I got to try to get back up to where I was. Maybe yeah. All right. See, every time I jump, it has me. I'm not doing too far behind though, guys. Actually doing all right. Good. Steve Arlow says, hit the like button. Feed the algorithm. Guys, all this does is this lets the YouTube algorithm know that you like what you're seeing here. So like Steve said, if you do like it, man, give it a thumbs up. If you hadn't done it yet, please subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on anything. I still like the old small drum snakes, but my guys love the K60s. Stephanie else says, when you talk about liking Uponor, you're talking about expansion only fittings without crimps or cinches. That is correct. I like the Uponor Expand. Freddie Burkett says, HVAC Tech Apprentice here, first year. I want to personally thank you for your content and videos. I've learned a lot from them, coming from in-house to union, and love it. That's thanks to your union in-house video. Look, I love what I get to do, guys. I can't argue with y'all about it. I wish I could. Devin Bloom says, I'm an apprentice and your videos have taught me a lot. Thank you for all your advice you give out. Well, thank you, sir. I appreciate you being in here. There's a link to the subreddit. If you hadn't checked it out, go see my brother, Mr. Sean Strong, over there. Brian Phillips says, any thought on tankless electric? I just installed one in my home. Our neighborhood only has electric. It was an easy install and saved a ton of space compared to the broken 50-gallon. Here's what I ask you. Did you have to, by any chance, Brian, upgrade your electrical? Because I've installed in one house 2 of these, and they had to pull more power. But I'll tell you what, they love it. We do not do Tate Papuga. We do not do our own excavation. We have companies that do it for us. Esther Sykes, how are we doing? Esther M. Sykes, make sure I got that in there for you. Hey, why don't independent craftsmen want to give me any estimates? I've had this problem across the board from mechanics to carpenters, gardeners and plumbers, and etc. I can get an odd job done, but I have to contact several people to get only one to show up. I'm not even asking for a discount. Esther, here's the deal. If I'm a company owner and you tell me, hey, look, I'm just shopping around, I want somebody to give me a price. I really don't want to send anybody out there because number one, I'm not going to be the lowest price. And most people that are price shopping, that's all they're looking for. And it cost me as a company owner, it probably cost me about $250 to get somebody to your house. You've got a van, you've got fuel, you've got insurance, you've got tires, you got wear and tear, you've got a plumber, probably an apprentice. They're going to come out. It's going to take them, say I'm in Dallas. So say it takes 30 minutes to get there. It takes them 30 minutes to look at it and 30 minutes to get all their stuff put up and ready to go and all that. I've got an hour and a half invested. It costs me money. So just to come out and give an advice, or even worse, give a price over the phone. It's really tough because every house is different. We might be able to ballpark it, but if we do, you're going to say, wait, you said that was only this much. No, I said it could go from here to here, but this is all most people here. So Esther, it's tough. And it really is. And that's just me being honest. It's hard to send people out and not have them do anything to where you want to pay them for it. So we have service calls. We do things like that. And a lot of people say, well, I don't want a service call. Well, then you're probably not serious about hiring somebody that's going to do the right thing every time, because that's what we're coming out to do. Hope that helps you. Truth 67 says 10:49 p.m. in Scotland. Jack Warnachecki asked my uncle-in-law, a plumber, for some advice on my sewer line. He said bad water needs to go downhill. Don't put your fingers in your mouth. Boy, he's smart. Sam Ham says, I'm 36 and my knees are sore. Back is tighter than it was. My master plumber is 70 and taught me a cool idea. Stretch for 90 seconds as soon as you park at every job. Man, and that is a good deal. If you'll stretch before you do it, and I'm telling you guys, my shoulders right now are jacked. It's tough. And I've had both of them operated on, so they're not getting a lot better. Barron says, always try to do the best. If you're not, ask yourself why. Man, that's great advice. I don't know where you got that, but I love that. Carol Hill says, I'm 74 years old. I, as a tailored seamstress, I am a stickler for details. I love it. I have seated 2 toilets, fixed my sump pump on my own. Carol, I love that. That is so good. And look, that's why I put the things that I do on my YouTube videos, guys. I try to teach people how to fix their plumbing the right way. And then it's funny because, and y'all just get to hear it. I'll have people, whenever we share posts on TikTok or somewhere else, and I'm dissing Shark Bites, they're like, oh, he just doesn't want people to fix their own plumbing. It's like, do you know anything about me? Do you know what I'm all about? And I just think it's hilarious. You have a good one, brother. Thank you for being in here. Norm Davis says, how do you like Biden, America, or do you miss Trump yet? Yeah, I got to say, it wasn't as bad when Trump was in here, I don't think. Sam Hand says, I got a call about a quote I gave in 2019 for a 4-inch RPZ and house meter, and the price was $13K. He called, asked him if we would honor it. I laughed and revised it. Material alone is now $14K. Yeah, no doubt. Walter's World says, thinking of putting an outdoor kitchen off our back porch. Any plumbing questions I should ask our contractor, or any common plumbing issues I should look out for? Here's the deal. I'm thinking about doing that to my house, and I've got to look at where am I getting my gas from, where am I getting my water from, and where am I getting my sewer from? Always stuff to look at, always questions to ask. Do you want water, sewer, and gas at it? I do with mine. Donnie Lane says, keep pumping out the great content, Roger. I'm a plumbing apprentice in Maryland, and business is great except for the cost of materials. And guys, look, it's not just y'all, it's across the board. If you own your own company and you have not raised your prices lately, you should be. All right. Brian Phillips says, I already had 200 amp electric service, so it worked great. You're the best, Roger. Keep up the great content. Ultra's World says, also, I think my son would love to do the trades bit in the trade classes at his school. Didn't start for another 2 school years. Any suggestions to help him build an interest? Is almost 16. yeah, believe it or not, having watched these YouTube videos. And look, I'm not the only plumber out there doing YouTube videos. There's other good ones, I'm sure. I just hadn't found them yet. And I'm joking. Here's my thing. Number one, see if you can get a job in the summer as a laborer, maybe even an apprentice, maybe working around a plumbing shop, just cleaning. You know, you get to be around it, you get to learn it. Then when people need help, they're like, "Hey, can you give me a hand on this?" It starts building that repertoire to help them get in with tradespeople and learn something. Mike and Shannon Crabill, hope I said that right, for answering plumbing calls and advertising plumbing. Okay, did I miss something? For answering plumbing calls and advertising. Man, I'll talk about all of it. Brian says, hello, Roger. How are we doing? George, this is long. Man, you wrote me a novel. Okay, I can't even read it all. It won't all fit. Let me see if it will. It's going to take up half the page. Remember to bring water. Keep yourself hydrated. Boy, I like that. Whenever I have a plumber or service professional in my house, I always offer them drink or drink on the job. I think my plumber appreciates that. I mean, heck, hydration is important. Yeah, and something, and I can't read it all there. Got to keep them short, guys, or it won't fit. And anyway, shark bites good? No, they're not. Applying to George Patterson, hydrate to dominate. Hi, where do you live? Because I'm in Texas. I'm in the northeast of the Dallas area. So I'm all around the Dallas Metroplex. George Patterson says, you're important and want to take care of my workers. Appreciate that. Amen. Walter's World, thank you very much. Raphael says, Roger, in regards to Esther talking about estimates, how would you determine what plumber or company to go with? I like to talk with people and hopefully we're on the same page on the end goal. Here's the thing. And look, I'm saying nothing bad about Esther. And there are still plumbing companies out there that'll work hourly. But my thing is, normally when you come out and you give somebody a price, say it's to change your water heater, say it's $2,000. You've got to rebuild things. You got to put in a new pan. You got to put in a new valve. You got to do some different things. So say it comes up to $2,000. And she has a guy that says, hey, look, we can do your water heater. Water heater is $500 and it's $100 an hour. And she's thinking, wow, I can make that work. It shouldn't take 15 hours. But then they show up with two people. Well, then it does take 8 hours. Well, now she's already lost money because the other guy would have been cheaper and he'd probably got it done quicker because he wants to get in and out so he can take care of it, take care of his customer, and go make more money at the next job. So, and normally T&M companies, they'll send out their worst plumber on something like that because they're like, look, if he takes all day, we just make more money. What's that matter? I love to walk in and build a relationship. I love upfront pricing, but I hate the fact that I've got to pay $250 to get a plumber, a truck, and everything out there. And people are like, well, we don't want to pay that. Okay. Call somebody else. That's your prerogative. It doesn't hurt me. I'm just trying to get the best people out there for you. And I really hope that people understand that. Adventure Demo Don. Hello, everyone. Good to have you in here. Tate Papuga says, what was your biggest screw up you've made? Man, luckily, I haven't made, I guess the biggest one I made is I did lay out some cores in a wrong area of a floor one time, but I caught it right after we started drilling. So then we just shifted up to the next column line and we're good. Walter's World. Thank you, Roger. You're welcome. Norm Davis says, Roger, you ever used bread to stop a drip before soldering? Yeah, I have. And I want to tell you a cool story. Norm, I like this because, one of the original plumbers that I worked with, I heard him tell a story one time. He is working over at a friend's of ours house, and I know whose house he was working at. And he went and knocked on the door. The guy wasn't home. The wife was. And he said, ma'am, look, can I get a piece of bread off of you, please? And she says, oh, absolutely. So she shuts the door, and a couple of minutes later, she comes out, and she's got a complete dinner plate made and hands it to me. He says, I just need a piece of bread. He said, yeah, but if you're hungry, look, I just made you a plate. And he just started laughing. He says, no, ma'am. And he explained what the bread was for. So it was funny. You can use bread to stop a drip and do all that. So good for you. Dan Fithin says hello from Arkansas. Got to tell you, I was rooting for Arkansas the other night. And I say that. I was rooting for Arkansas or Duke. Don't know if you watched the men's basketball, but it was good. Skyhus777 says, hey, Roger, I'll let you know that currently applying to be a plumber apprentice because I watch your videos every day and you inspire me to do what I love, which is plumbing. And I love that. Thank you so much. Jahan 1000 says, can you install a commercial flush-ometer toilet in a residential bathroom? You probably could. You probably can. You may need to upsize the water because a residential toilet, the Sloan flush valve is going to take a 1-inch flush valve. Most houses don't have 1-inch run all the way to the bathroom. Most houses don't have 1-inch run to them. I want to see something real quick. I needed to see. Oh, okay. DYZ Plumbing says, hey there, Roger. Can you give a shout out to my office manager, Z, and the other DYZ Plumbing family are fans? Absolutely. Good to have y'all in here. Hope y'all watch it. Hope you like it. Hope you share it. It's a good thing. All right. Net user says, we live in a free will world. Anything can be possible. The question, can a residential plumber carry a strapped weapon for self-defense necessity? It depends on the company you work for. Here in Texas, we're legally allowed to carry a weapon, so there'd be no reason we couldn't. Christy Velasquez, Cristo. I want to make sure I get that right. Cristo Velasquez says, how come shark bites aren't good? I can use them for an emergency. Cristo, here's the thing. As a plumbing company owner, we fix a lot of leaks with shark bites, so we don't recommend them. For an emergency repair, for an emergency stop until a plumber can get there, and do whatever you can. If duct tape and bubble gum will seal it off till the plumber gets there, do it. I'm good with it. Viking Caliber says, love the videos. I medically had to get out of the military and started with water and sewer. Now I'm 4th year plumbing apprentice. Start last year of plumbing in May. UA Plumbers Union. Good for you. Number one, thank you for your service. What local are you in? I used to be an instructor here in Local 100 in Dallas. All right. Jahan 1000 says, we hire Awera. Well, I've never used either one of them, to be honest. And I'd love to. I love the Channel Lock brand. That's what I use. So Channel Lock brand and Crescent brand, they're both fantastic. Tom Peltier says, I've done some plumbing at my first company in HVAC in the past. Is it easy enough to fix? I've only plumbed a few. Man, plumbing is easy if you learn how to do it right. And that's why I laugh when people tell me, man, I can't get in plumbing. That's too hard. Or I can't do math, or I can't do this. It's like, guys, look, get in. It's really, if Sean Strong can do it, anybody can. I'm joking. It's just like tying your shoes, though. If you can learn to do something by doing it over and over again, you can learn anything. And sometimes that's just what it takes. I like that. I'm in South Houston. It's 5:04 p.m. Right there with you, man. George Patterson says, check with your manufacturers before paying anything. Please, people, I saved $600 and even upgraded from 40 to 50. Typically 6 years or 9 years standard. 9 years are worth it. Agree. Oops. Let me take away. Let me step out of here before I mess something up. I got to change that right there and take that off. I'm from Canada, Toronto, Barrie. Mustang the best, 220. How are you? Good to have you in here. Rico Kelsey says, thank you for the advice. I have to get going. Hope I can stay tuned in or start tuning in next live stream. Goodbye. Thank you very much for being here. We're trying to figure out if we're going to do this on Wednesday. I'm liking the idea of Saturday. I think Saturday lets more people nationwide get in it. I mean, right now it's 5 o'clock in Dallas. Some people are just now driving home from work. So George Patterson says, was in my new house for 8 months and our water heater was 5 years old. Still fell under warranty. Ream gave you a $600 credit. Good for you. Javier Esparza says, that bread story reminded me of the same thing that happened to me, except they offered me food instead. No, they did. They brought him out a plate, a dinner plate made. She had been in there cooking and she thought, man, if he's hungry, I'm just gonna give him dinner. Tom, okay, if I missed something, I missed something. I may just not have been there yet. Christopher Velasquez says, thanks. Keep up the great videos. We are trying. We love what we do. Adventure Demo done. No, you know what? We really don't. And it's just because there's a lot different fittings and materials. And it's not in our niche. So this says, my dad is replacing his water heater. It's extremely loud. That is a big blower that rattles the whole house. You can hear it in the bedroom, and it's over 20 years old, 50 gallons, and doesn't hold hot water. It takes 5 minutes for the hot water to go out. Blower kicks on. It probably wasn't flushed a lot and things like that. And it probably is time to get a new one. If it's under, I don't know how old you said it was. I think you did. Yeah, it's over 20 years old. Yeah, it's time to get a new one. Raphael says, problem with carrying a weapon and being a plumber is that it's not always conductive to work. You're doing fitting under a sink with a 911. Yeah. Well, who wants to carry a 1911? I carry my Glock. Net user says, Roger, could you tell me your definition of the word plumbing in a universal sense? Yeah. Water coming in, sewer going out, and natural gas to a house. FAL says, you find a solution to keep your vehicles from getting broken into? Yeah, I sold them. I sold the company. Not really. The video cameras didn't help. Nothing really helped. Sean Strong says, I moved from Oklahoma to Nebraska. You tell me how smart I am. If I can plumb, you can plumb. See, Sean's just like me. Look, I'm a backwoods country redneck here just outside of Dallas. If I can figure out plumbing, anybody can. Mike and Shannon, Kabil says, turning in handyman is frustrating for advertising plumbing and answering plumbing calls on social media. Why can't they just receive proven pics? Filing is a pain. Here's the deal. But we've got to do a lot of work to keep our license, but we've also got to pass a test that shows that we know how to do everything. I think that unlicensed plumbing, if a homeowner ever has a claim and they can prove that the handyman didn't have a license, the homeowner doesn't have a chance at all of collecting. So, man, if your state requires a license, I recommend you have it. If you say, I don't like the fact you have to have a license, then don't do it. If you want to do plumbing, electrical, or HVAC work, get the license. It's not that hard to do. And if you say, well, I can already do all that. Well, then why didn't you do it the right way and get the license to make your job better? Because with that professional license, you can actually charge more money because you're doing it legal. And I don't know if you're still saying you're turning people in or what, but yeah, it's a pain to report people. Sky Husky 77, we have gas water heater in our house, 16 years old, still works like a charm. House was built by us 16 years ago. And man, if it keeps working great, that's good. What I want you to think about, what happens if it leaks? Where does it go? You may have excellent water. Check your chlorine and your hardness. See if you've got any problems like that. And have you flushed it on a regular basis, just out of curiosity? Do you have video on how to pressurize a water tank? I have up and down pressure. Most of the houses don't here have a pressure storage tank. So I've never really made a video on that. That's an interesting one, though, Miss Carol. Steve Arlo says, just getting ready to go to work at noon, but the brakes have to work to go to work. Boy, that's the truth. Tom Peltier says, question about your well pump, the brass assembly. Relief valve and drain are starting to leak. Do I need to replace the entire tank? Just the brass assembly. Live on a high water table. Man, if you can stop the water to it, you can probably change out the drain. If you want to, take some pictures of it, put it in the subreddit, and me, Sean, somebody will get a look at it and see what our thoughts are. Russell Schugeld says, accidentally pulled a wax seal apart, stuck it back together, and put it on the flange, how likely is it to leak? It's a possibility. If you put it together good, I mean, wax will stick together. So if you put it together good, it can work. Norm Davis says, I'm a contractor, always learning something new. Done this for a long time, but there will always be new products that I have to learn. Amen. All right, let me see how far down I. Man, I'm not too far back. I'm actually doing really pretty good. Good. I thought I was going to have to do speed round. I don't think I'm going to. Diego Perez says, I do maintenance here in Texas, so I'm not even sure how the licensing goes for plumbing. And Diego, if depending on who you're working for, if you're doing licensing, if you're doing maintenance, you may not have to have a license. If you ever want to get out of that, if you ever want to get out of maintenance into the trades, because think about it. If you can do HVAC work, if you can do plumbing, if you can do electrical, you may be able to go to work for a plumbing, electrical, or HVAC company and make even more money. And one day move up to where you're running your own van, you're taking care of people, and then eventually go on and open your own company. So to me, I always, and look, I tried getting a maintenance job whenever I first started. I really think the good thing that we could do is have you get your license, go to work for a company, and you may be able to say, hey, look, y'all help me out. I know how to do this and get promoted quicker. It really could be a good deal for you. Kimberly J says, hey, Roger, what's new in plumbing that a DIY comfortable homeowner can use? Kimberly, there's always new things. I'm wanting to do a video right now over a minor remodel. Meaning, if you want to refurbish your bathroom and you just change your faucets, your tub and shower valve, trim, shower head, stuff like that, you can make your bathroom look different. Change the electrical fixtures, the lights. You can literally make it look like a whole new bathroom. So there's all kinds of cool stuff. I literally think that, and this is one of the videos that I'm wanting to do with Ferguson, is I want to do a plumbing smart home. What smart products are out there for plumbing that literally a plumber can look at his phone and can control so many different things. Mike Shannon Crabble says handymen are taking money from us licensed plumbers. I completely agree. If you see them advertising, if you see anything like that, get in touch with Steve Davis down at or if you're in Texas, at the Texas State Board, that's his division, is enforcement. Sky Husky 777 says, we do have well water, and it's on the second story in the spare room over the garage. Don't believe we have ever flushed it. Maybe something to look at. Mustang the Best 2220 says, finally got to my dad to listen when I told him he needs a new water heater because I was nagging to him over and over to get a new heater. He finally listened. Good deal. Listen to Z says, I'll be taking my Maryland Master Plumbing exam soon. Are there any leading female plumbers that you know of that are helping market plumbing to females? Here's what I'll tell you is, I don't know that anybody is really trying to push that. My thing is, and American Standard or Ferguson wants me to do a video on women in the trades. They're fixing to be running a contest. And I think it's great because, look, I support women in the trades. And I like this. I think it's a great idea. 3 of the top plumbers in Texas are female. So don't let anybody tell you that it can't be done. Mustang the Best 220 says, I literally went to take my shower when I was at his house. No hot water for 5 to 10 minutes. Then it kicked on. Yeah. Fun. Any shower valve brands you recommend? Again, guys, here's the deal. I love Delta. I love American Standard. I love Kohler. There's so many different brands out there that are good mowing. Find one that you like. What's best in your area? Because it's different all around the country. What's best in your area? What has a good reputation? But also, who has a lifetime guarantee? Who's going to warranty that product forever? If the cartridge goes bad, who's going to help them get a cartridge quick and easy? So different things like that. My amazing friend, Miss Amber Mendoza, is in the house. Happy Monday to you. Tom says, Kimberly, just don't use shark bites, please. Yeah, anybody, not just Kimberly, anybody. Diego says, I appreciate it. I'll look into it for sure. Seen a lot of people hiring companies and they don't do things right, so I can definitely see the money in it. Amen. Peter Say says, Roger, please, may I know how to charge for work done either in new work or maintenance? Does it depend on the estimate? Well, you've got to know your numbers. I can't tell you how to charge. You've got to know what it costs you for labor. You've got to know what it costs you for materials. You've got to know how much profit you want to make. And you put all that together, and that's the way it works. That user says gold collar jobs are oftenly fellas, soul sucking at times. Plumbing is considered to be blue. Is doing the trade make you feel like you're doing more for the community regardless of the paycheck? Look, a blue collar worker just gets in and does what's right, and that's what it's all about. Tom Peltier says, and I knew somebody throw it in. Mowing has a lifetime guarantee for parts. And man, when you've got somebody that calls, they've got a bad cartridge, it's leaking, it's going out, anything like that. If it's a mowing, I'll help them figure out what it is, have them call mowing, get the parts, and then we can go out there and change it and just charge them for labor, not parts. It's kind of cool. So guys, man, we are right up to the end, and I hit all the questions. So I am going to go ahead and bow out here. I will get back with y'all. We will put notes in the community to let y'all know what we're doing on the live streams, whether we're going to do them on Monday, Wednesday, or Saturday. I like the idea of a Saturday live stream. So we're going to look at that opportunity. So I want to say hello and thank you to each and everybody in here. Mr. Sean Strong, thank you for being here. Tom Peltier says, just pay for labor. Kimberly J says, thank you. You are more than welcome. Thank you. And Tom Peltier says, nice chat. Roger, love the channel. Guys, I love what I get to do. I have a blast at it. I think it's great. If you haven't done it yet, there's links in here for the YouTube channel over on the Trade Talks. I do recommend going over there. I'll put this in here right here. I think I can pin it if I do it just right. I'm going to paste it, go. And then I think if I hit this, it's pinned to the top now. So go to the very top there. You can see that. That is the link to the Trade Talks. I recommend going over there because we're going to start doing lives over there too. Have a good one, SkyHusky77. I will. Kim says, mash the like button and slam it. There is the link to the Trade Talks. And Steve Arloa says, much love and aloha, everyone. Guys, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope that you get something out of it. If you do, please like it. Please share it. Please tell people about it. And if you hadn't done it yet, please subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on anything. I'm Roger Wakefield, lead AP, the expert plumber. I'll see you in the next video if you don't get flushed.